Hi, I am Mandy of Madcow Designs. It is May the 4th be with you 2023, and this is Stitch 58. It has been 2 weeks since I actually had a sit-down podcast with y'all. Last week I did release a video about vacation, which was mostly about me overpacking my knitting and then how much I actually managed to knit. So if that is your jam, head back over and make sure to watch that video. But for this one, we are actually sitting down and having standard, regular programming. I say that like I'm not surrounded by stuff right now. I have several finished objects. I have several brand new whips that you've never seen. I have secrets to share. Finally. And yeah. So, grab a drink. Maybe grab yourself a snack, because this might take a minute. Let's hop into finished objects. First up is a dishcloth. So this is the Grandma's Favorite Dishcloth by PJ Allen, and it is so bright and happy and pretty. This is the Knit Picks Dishy, and I had ordered one thing of this, trying to see if I liked it better than what I was currently using, and I don't. It's still much better than the cream and sugar, that nasty cotton that's like 97 cents at Walmart. Still way better than that, but I don't like it as much as the Hobby Lobby I Love This Cotton. So I have washed this one and it softened up a bit, but not enough that I think it's better than what I'm already using. So I'll put it in the drawer, let my husband test it out, because he uses these as sweat towels out in the yard when he's mowing, and if he doesn't like it, maybe the rest of this yarn will become pot scrubbers or something like that instead of another sweat towel, because meh. I'll let you know. Okay, this brings us to socks, and there's a lot of them. I was very excited to just simply work on socks during vacation, and that's what I did. So these are the shorty socks I was working on before vacation that I thought I would need to wear on the Saturday that we were gone, because I was going to wear my low top Converse and shorts. Well, it ended up being cold, so we didn't get to wear shorts, and that means I could wear tall socks and keep my ankles warm. So I did that instead. But I will have these for future use with those shoes should the occasion arise, which it will eventually. This is Easter Basket and Lemongrass from Southern Skeins. I believe Lemongrass is a colorway in her store, but Easter Basket was from a year or two ago. It was one of the monthly clubs. And it's so short. There's like 10 rows of ribbing and then 5 before the heel. Like, that's a short little sock. But it fits. It looks cute with the shoe, and I don't think my shoe will eat it. We'll find out someday. These are my Lassie socks. They are so bright and happy, and they're the spring colors that I needed. This is Knit Picks Felice yarn. I used my Magic Vanilla sock pattern so that I can get 2 socks out of 1 skein. And you might notice this texture on here. Oh yeah. That is the pattern I've been writing here lately, and we will talk more about it over in whips, because, oh, that's exciting. Yeah. Even with having the texture, I still managed to get 2 socks out of the 1 skein using that Magic Vanilla formula that is in the pattern, free pattern, go get it. I was still able to get 2 socks out of it and had enough left over for my scrappy blanket and my magic knot ball. So, I wear a size 9, a women's 9. It's not like I have a small foot. The pattern works. So, when I told you I have a lot of socks, I don't have enough blockers. So, wardrobe change. I'm just going to do one of them. But I promise I have 2 socks. They are both finished. This is Kimbers Cozy Creations Fresh Bouquet. Oh my god, it's so pretty. I love it. When you sign up for her club, you have your choice of a variegated yarn or a self-striping. I picked variegated. I don't know. I like self-striping. I was feeling the variegated, so that's what I picked. And I love this. It makes me think of Grandmama, and I think it's because of the mauve in it. If you've been here, you know we purchased this house from family. My husband's grandparents built it. They lived in it for 50 years. And there's a lot of mauve in this house. So it just looks like Grandmama. I love it. I used my 2x2 feet sock pattern to give it that beautiful texture, and it will just hug your foot beautifully. So that is my last finished sock. Okay. I'm losing socks over here now. Secrets. I have secrets that I've been keeping. So, first one is out. I made a book for Daisy Stitch Co. And she got a custom design. This one is a misprint, so I just kind of had it sitting off to the side. I don't even know if it'll show up on camera, but there's some vertical lines in the background of it. The sun rays are socks. The leaves are socks. Oh my god. I love it. And this is just the cover. The inside was the standard sock layout that I have, except it had all of these colors in there. It was so cute. I love it. So this went out in her last box, and if you missed it, you missed it. I'm sorry. These were made just for her. I will not be putting them in my shop. They're just, they were so cute. I had to share. And of course, I made the flowers to match her logo. It was such a happy box. My other secret, I have footage of. It is March 23rd, and I have a couple of secret knits I've been working on. This is Daisy and Bluebird blanket square. So you patch a whole bunch of them together to make a blanket. Kristen of We Share Needles is having a baby, and she put out a call to the community saying if you wanted to make a square, you could send it to her and she would assemble a blanket and it would be from everyone. I thought that was a wonderful idea. So I made one, and she said use any colors that you like. We were given specifics on like yarn and size and needle or hook to use. But as far as colors go, she said have fun. She wants it to be crazy and chaotic. So the center is Southern Skeins Sunrise, and I had to pick this white because of the name. It is Fangirl Fibers, 1,000 Yellow Daisies, and it's a daisy. And my background is Pretty Twisted Yarns Jazz Hands. So it is so soft and squishy. I love it. It came out to the correct size. So this is going to go in the mail, and I hope she likes it. And of course I can't just send one little blanket square, like that's just, it's not enough. So I made her a bunny. It has pink and gray speckles all over, and it's just so cute. I couldn't help myself. Eee! So off this goes to Arkansas. I hope little baby JJ likes it. So she has received everything and loved it, and I'm happy for her. She has in fact had her baby now. So adorable. Oh my goodness. Congratulations. And I can't wait to see what all kind of trouble the two of y'all get into. I can't. It's gonna be good. Alright, that brings us to works in progress. I don't even know where to start. We'll start here. It's on top. With my newest bag from Miss Fiber Fox, it came in my Southern Skeins mystery this month, and it's just so cute, and I thought it went so well with the project that I'm working on. So this is the yarn, and it appears blue. Is it blue? It shouldn't be. It's supposed to be purple. I don't know. It's very purple. You can see a lot of colors within it that are, you know, blue and a touch of green and some reds, but it's very purple. It is a one-of-a-kind color from Southern Skeins because she ordered a new sock base and wanted to know what I thought of it. So of course I'm more than happy to test out some yarn. She asked what color I wanted. Purple. Hello. I love purple. She laughed. She thought it was hilarious. She's like, "You sure you don't want pink?" Purple. So she dyed the most beautiful of purples. This is definitely my kind of purple right here. And I am working up my newest pattern in it. And y'all, this is soft. Like, if this is gonna be her new sock base, ooh. Ooh. Yeah. So, once I actually get into the foot and I have some just vanilla, I'll measure gauge and see, make sure it's all the same, but it looks like it's all working up per usual to what I normally knit. And, oh, it's gorgeous. That color, I cannot get over that color. And I put this cute little skull and crossbones with a bow that was gifted to me from Slip Slip Sis. Now, let's talk about the pattern. Because this pattern is this pattern is this pattern. Y'all, I might be a little bit obsessed right now. So, let's talk about the pattern. I was talking with Aunt Pam about it, and I was trying to kind of describe to her what it was like. And then she goes, "That's what you should call the pattern." And she's right. Ever since she said it, I can't get it out of my head. So, this is the potato chip sock. Because one more row, just one more row, until you have an entire sock. Like, you can't help yourself. It's so easy, and just, it is very memorizable pattern. And, excuse me, I love it. It's perfect. It's great. So, we're calling it potato chip sock, and I am so excited. The pattern is done, it is written, and it is ready for testing. If you like my 2x2 feet, you are going to love potato chip. That's just how it is. I'm going to keep it real with you. If you like that, you're going to like this. So, I'm looking for test knitters because it's fun. I'm pretty sure that the pattern is good to go, but I enjoy a good test knit, so let's do it. What date did I write down? I am looking for people to test this out and have one sock done by May the 25th. One. That's it. Now, what makes this so much fun? I don't care what cast on you do. I don't care what ribbing you do. I don't care what heel you use. I don't care what toe you put in. I don't care. You take your favorite sock pattern and add this texture to it. As long as it's a multiple of 8 for your cast on, you are good to go. Oh, God, I can't get over it. Okay, so if you would like to be a test knitter, I am going to require that you be on Instagram. I'm going to put everybody into one group chat thread on Instagram because that's just the easiest way to keep track of all of the people. So if you want to test knit, send me an Instagram message with your email address. I will email you a PDF of the pattern so that you can get started on it, and let me know what size you're going to do. Just so I kind of have an idea of what folks are doing, what you're getting up to. You have till the May the 25th to do one sock. It can be a shorty, it can be tall, I don't care. You can put whatever heel you want, I don't care, y'all. This is supposed to be fun. I just want to see this texture worked up, and I want your feedback. I will probably, at the end of it, send out a Google form questionnaire asking how you enjoyed the pattern, like the texture of it. That's it. It's that simple. It's going to be the world's easiest test knit. I do not suggest a highly variegated yarn because it doesn't really show up very well. As you can kind of somewhat see, this is just stockinette, and then the texture is up here and you can't see it. This one is not as variegated, but it's dark. So I'm noticing that it's kind of hard to see on that as well, but it's definitely more visible than that one. So far, solid light colors look the best, if that helps you pick out your yarn. And I'm curious to see what other yarns look like what y'all pick and how it turns out on that. But potato chip socks. I love it. Oh, so exciting. Okay. I will stop droning on about that. But clearly I like the pattern. I'm working on the third sock of that pattern. It's May. We are halfway to Halloween, which means that I've pulled out my Halloween bag from Fate's Thread, along with some Halloween yarn. This is all I have. It's so tiny. My main color is Happy Halloweeny from Pretty Twisted Yarns. I have a needle sticking out of it. This was a mystery Halloween color that she dyed last October, and I made my mom a pair of socks out of it in October, but I did not make myself a pair, so that's what I'm doing now. And for my pop of color on the cuff, I have Southern Skeins Orange. It came in an advent calendar. I think it was the Grinchmas advent calendar. And it's just orange. It paired so well together. So that is what I am doing. And that is my kickoff to halfway to Halloween. Last October, I knit my mom 2 or 3 pairs of Halloween socks and myself none. So I am going back and knitting myself some in May because I'm pretty sure come October I'm going to end up knitting more Halloween socks for her. I get so excited and I just want her to have all the Halloween socks. Okay, the one project that y'all have seen, and it is feeling hefty. This is my summer sock camp bag from 2021. And it has my scrappy blanket in it. So, I keep having to go back and forth in my notes. I did not write my show notes out very well this go around. Ain't she beautiful? Oh my goodness. Okay. This is where I was last time I showed it to y'all. So I did finish out the row. That's pretty much why I wanted to show it today, because I finished the row. This is pretty twisted. This is the Aurora Borealis for Kimbers Cozy Creations. It was pretty twisted jazz hands. Both of these are Felici, and I started the next row with the Bumble Bloom sock set. This one. So I can go ahead and move my stitch marker, and I won't show this again until I've finished another row, which I thought would take a while, and it might, but I also have 3 yarns in the bag that I need to add in from finishing this sock, and that'll get us like halfway across. And I have a sock problem right now. So this is the Scrappy Sock Blanket. Scrappy Sock Yarn Crochet Blanket by Betsy Makes. So it is in fact crocheted. It is not the knit version that you keep seeing people make. And I only have these ends across the top that are still out. I crochet over them when I do the next row. So I have no ends. And it looks beautiful no matter which direction you turn it. I am using the world's tiniest crochet hook. It is a size D, 3.25 millimeter. I don't know what size the pattern calls for because I tend to not pay attention. I'll be honest. I don't always pay attention to things. I just tend to grab whatever hook feels comfortable with the yarn that I'm working on. So this makes me so happy. I only work on it on Sundays because the Crazy Sock Lady and her hashtag Scrappy Sunday, and it just makes it a little bit more special because I only work on it on Sundays, which is also why there are 3 down there in the bag that are waiting for a Sunday to come around so that I can work on it. Well, I worked on it last Sunday, and then afterwards I wanted more scrappy, and I did not feel like working on hex puffs. I didn't. So I started a new project. It's totally normal, right? Yeah. My naughty knitting sack is quite heavy and kind of feels like a weapon because I have my magic knot ball. This is all the leftovers. Every time I have like less than 10 grams of yarn, it goes into here because I don't want to waste anything. I don't want to throw it away. All those little 2 grams here, 5 grams there. They add up. And last time I weighed this, it was like 300 and something grams. I think it was like 350 maybe. That's a lot of sock yarn that would have just ended up in the trash. So I magic knotted it together and I finally started a blanket. Trying not to pull things out. And I did pull it out. Oh well. It's crochet. It'll just go right back in. So this is my moss square scrappy blanket. And I used a YouTube tutorial to start the center of it. I did slightly modify from the video, but I'll link the video down below. It is, yeah. So the video that I used is by Twisted Yarns, and she teaches you how to make a moss square blanket that stays square, because a lot of them, they get this slight twist to them and you'll never be able to untwist it. That's just how they're made. They're at a slight angle. These are not. And the way that she does that is that you actually flip the work. You're not just going round and round and round like most patterns do. You go round, you get back to your starting point here, and you flip your work. And then you go round and you flip your work. So it is just looking so cute. I'm very happy with it. The only modification I made at the beginning is that I used a magic circle to start with, where she does like a chain 2 and then work into the first chain. My hook is a size F, 3.75 millimeter. I decided to go up a size so that it was a little more drapey than what I'm currently working on with this blanket. So this has a really nice feel to it. It's very thick and very solid, and it'll be really warm. This one, I wanted a little more drape to it, so I went up a little, like one size in my hook, and it's so nice. I showed it to my husband and he got very excited. He likes this a lot, which I wasn't quite expecting because I didn't take him for a scrappy kind of person. But I love it. And again, I will only be working on this on Sundays. So come Sunday, I will put 3 squares into my other blanket, and then I'll just sit here and work on this one for a while. I have quite a ways to go. This thing is huge. Now that it's attached to a project, I will not be adding to this ball anymore. I will start a new magic knot ball. And I don't know how big I want this to be. I'm just going to go until I run out of yarn. Or I run out of yarn, because it's 350 grams. It's not going to get that far. From there, I will probably add my second magic knot ball that I start into this. And, you know, it'll end when it ends. Whenever I feel like it's big enough, I can stop. And it's easy enough to just pick up and add on some more rounds in the future if I wanted to. So yeah, I am very excited about that, but that does mean that my list of open projects is huge right now. Yeah, it's a little alarming, and I don't care for it. But I did it to myself, and now I have to deal with it. Next up is mail, and I only have one thing to share with y'all because I've been really good lately, and the only mail I've been getting are the subscriptions that I open on other videos. But a viewer sent me something. Oh my god, I was so excited. So I've told y'all that I'm out here, I'm trying to make friends, and y'all are more than welcome to message me and just start chatting with me, and you can be as awkward as you want to be when you start the conversation. Be like, hey, I want to be your friend. Talk to me. I will talk to you. So I had a viewer reach out and they started talking to me, and we now chat back and forth kind of regularly. We've had video calls where I've helped her through a project. Like, I'm just here to make friends, y'all. That's all I really want. I just want friends. And she sent me yarn. Not just any yarn. Hand dyed by her. Look at how beautiful it is. Oh my god. So she is not selling yarn. She was just playing. She wanted to dye her own yarn. And oh my god, it's gorgeous. She sent me 5 of these, and I weighed it out. It's like 50 grams. I feel so special, and I don't know what to do with it. She suggested that I make yarn koozies with it, which y'all saw I was just using one, the ball socks. I might have to do that. I think I'm gonna have to have a whole little family of ball socks that all match in the 150 and 20s so that they all go together. And I really enjoy doing the family of the ball socks, because then you know which ball of yarn goes with what if things get packed together, which happens sometimes. But oh my god, it's just so pretty and it feels so special, and oh my god, I cannot get over this. I can't. I keep going into my studio, and every so often I'll take it out and I'm like, it's yarn. It's hand-dyed yarn. Okay. I'll stop. I'll stop because I can't. I can't get over it. It's so pretty. She also sent me her Hiya flyers because she tried and just doesn't care for them, and knew that I would give them a good home, and they're already in circulation. They're on this project right here. So yeah, they're definitely at a good home. She knew who to send those to. But yeah, that is the only mail I have received. And now I would like to share a new segment with y'all. Art with Pepper Ann. If you've been here for a bit, you know that my dog goes to daycare every Thursday while I record this, and they do arts and crafts at daycare. It's like once a month they do a project, and then they send it home with me. My fridge got full. I turned it into a scrapbook. Because I've already shared all this crazy with y'all, I figured we will just make it into a segment, and every time she gets art sent home, I will share it with you. She made me a bunny rabbit. So that's her foot. And then they just kind of finger painted on some ears and some carrots. And oh my god, it's so cute. She made me a bunny for Easter. Oh. So I need to put the date on it and add it to my scrapbook. But that is this month's Art with Pepper Ann. And that just brings us right on into chatter. So I do have my grams here to share with you from April. I've actually been adding and counting up and keeping track of how many grams I use, simply because how much yarn do I actually use in a year? Do I want to know this number? This might be a frightening number. This is, of course, personal, gifts, and work numbers all together. At the end of the year, I'll break it out and I'll see how much was personal, how much was gifts, and how much was work stuff. That should be really interesting. But for April, I used up 834.6 grams, which brings us to a year total of 3,431 grams of yarn. Yeah. Okay, so life stuff. We went to Kentucky. It was fun. I shared some pictures over in the other video. Went to a horse race. We won. Oh my gosh. Which, I mean, you know, we came out with like $7. We spent $4 and came home with $7. It's not like we were placing huge bets, but it was still fun. We went to a horse race, we placed bets, and we won. We enjoyed our trip. We enjoyed getting out of the house and being somewhere different and new foods. So yeah, it was all around good trip. Glad to be home. I was supposed to have a vendor event last weekend, and I woke up that morning and it was just supposed to thunderstorm all day long. So I did not go. They still had the event because part of it was indoor. I was not going to be inside. So fighting the wind and the rain when you're in a tent is just not fun. And a table full of yarn, if the wind actually picks up, will knock it right off the table and onto the ground. And it would have been in the mud in this case. No, wasn't going to do it. So I did not go to my event last weekend. My next one is scheduled for May 27th. And it's Bonnie and Clyde Festival, I think is what they call it. I'm not exactly 100% on my Bonnie and Clyde history, but I believe in Gippsland, Louisiana is where they were actually caught, and the car was riddled with bullets. And so they have a Bonnie and Clyde festival, and there's a museum over there, and that's kind of their little claim to fame over that way. So I'm going to go work that. I'm going to see if I can't make a Bonnie and Clyde doll to take to that festival. But I already have oodles of merchandise because I worked really hard for the last show that I just didn't go to. Yeah, so I won't have to work quite as hard, but you know me, I'm probably still going to work really hard, and just have way too much stuff to fit on my tables. Well, that is all that I have for my notes. This video footage is going to be a hot mess to edit because, wow, 2 weeks of not recording and I am just all out of practice. Hopefully I got everything in that I was supposed to get in. Yeah. It was very nice to see y'all again, and I will be back next week. Only 1 week this time. And take care of yourselves. Do whatever it is that you gotta do to keep on keeping on, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.